again. We're going to be on episode 4. And let me just adjust my sound just a bit. There we go. Push that stuff into the background a bit. Shout out to Monster Cat for providing us good tunes. There we go. Okay, so let's see here. Let me mute that out. Alright. Let's get into here. Sorry. Thanks for the setup. Okay, so let's see. We are continuing. This is the 4th episode of Season 2, Episode 3, Ebony Sky. So let's see. Okay, so when last we left off, we have back hills and we have back C. We have mid left hills here. I'm going to come back into here real quick. Back C, because I want to just touch on this real quick. Just got these trees back here. I also want to pick up a touch of color around here. Let's see what I can get. I'm just going to use my own. I'm having a hard time grabbing colors back there, so I'm just going to grab one of these colors real quick here. Come in here to the background. Switch out the tools to ground scrub. Shrink it down real good. I'm not going to drop a 70% opacity on the brush. Normally I just use... See, the thing about this technique that you see Bob using, that I'm duplicating, that I'm capable of duplicating here in Photoshop, is that he stipples. It's a stippling. He's tapping the canvas with paint, and he's using the texture that's created by the bristles to produce the results that he wants for the work. So most of the time his stippling is it's layering colors. He'll put down one color, he'll pick up one color, and then he'll pick up another color, and as he stamps the brush, it releases the first color and reveals the second color. So when he's doing stuff, he's moving very specific directions, and we can simulate that lessening of paint as he stamps through opacity. By having a lower opacity, the paint becomes more transparent. So I'm just taking a moment here just to stamp some of this in here, and then I'm going to come back through here with this brush. It's an eraser brush, hit with a 60% opacity just to back it off a little bit so it doesn't stand out. I'm going to drop it down to 30% here, just so it doesn't stand out as much as what we have going on up here, but that it'll still be obvious and that is apparent, because we are just trying to create the illusion of depth here. So I come in through here. I'm just going to tap back and forth with this just for a few moments here, just to layer this stuff in. And then tap to erase it, and then put some more in, and tap to erase that. I'm going to shrink down the size a little bit more. I'm going to actually back off on the opacity further down to 50%. That way I don't have to work on my eraser. My eraser tool doesn't have to work so much getting rid of some of this mess. I'm going to fade out a little bit more towards the edges. Change my angle. There we go, that looks pretty good. I'm going to change our angle some more, just to keep the lay of the land moving with the contours of the stone. And I'm going to change the eraser to do the same. Up the eraser around 70%. There we go. Change my angle again just a bit. go here as well. There we go. Nice. Almost done back here. It takes a lot more effort for the Photoshop tools like this to work than just twisting his wrist and just being able to tap his bristles in a billion different directions. That's the whole point of me doing this, is to show that you can duplicate these effects in Photoshop, and it's not that difficult to do. And again, the whole reason I'm doing this in the first place is because I can't mix colors on the palette myself, the paint, because I don't see the colors. So I needed a resource where I could reliably obtain colors that I could trust without having to eyeball it, because without any color vision you can't just eyeball. You can't just eyeball what the colors are. It's literally the definition of color blindness. You cannot do that. So Photoshop has fantastic color picking tools, and it's really good at sampling. Photoshop is famous for its colors. I know there's other products out there like GIMP and Corel, and I've used them. I've used those, and the color picking tools that they have. There might be user interfaces that people have custom built that may be better than out of the box what GIMP and Corel provide, but that's just too much effort when Photoshop already has the tools that I need. So if you are colorblind and this is something that you wish that you could do as much as I had, take heart. It can be done. It can be done, and I am doing it currently, and that is what I am attempting to communicate to any colorblind artist out there that's crazy enough to want to try to work in color and just has felt that they cannot. You absolutely can. Bob Ross has I think a few pieces done in black and whites, and those were respect given. Those are shout outs for folks that can't see color that wanted to do painting like Bob Ross, and working in a black and white canvas certainly is okay. So I've got this background going on here that is interacting with here. So I'm going to come in here and take a look at that, and take a look at that, take a look here. Okay, there's the color layer. So I'm going to come in back here with the stone tool, and I guess you can consider this kind of mincing on past work that I've done. I am revisiting another area, but one of the very few strengths that Photoshop has is the ability to go back and further manipulate work that you have already done when we have a whole bunch of separation. And this is stuff that anybody wants. If you're if you'd like to have my PSD files with all the separate layers, I am happy to make those available. It's taking me longer to start the Patreon account than I wanted to, but it is on the way. And once that is in position, then anyone that's interested, I can make these PSD files available, as well as all the multiple works that I've done that you can see on my DeviantArt, which you can link to at philkearney.com. I've got 80 some odd of them, I think, at this point. So you are certainly welcome, once I have that Patreon set up, to be able to acquire PSDs, the brush sets that I use. I'm thinking about doing custom pieces, because I like grabbing sample work, like from Reddit's Earth Porn subreddit, or the various pieces that are like friends posting stuff for vacations and stuff. I really enjoy taking the work that's been done, the photos that they're taking, and incorporating them into a piece like this. So I'm almost done with mincing around on this stuff, and to 80. What is that? 80% opacity. So it's going to stand out a little bit better. There, just change my angle just a touch to start meeting this slope. And we'll shrink that on size and slope it a bit more. A bit more. Tap this at that angle. There. We're going to go down to this lighter value. I'm going to go down to 50%, 40% is where I'm at. Here. And I'm going to go to about 50% for opacity. Here to erase. That way it starts to blend in. You can see a separation there. You can see this is a mid-ground. Spend a little bit more time on terrain. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll be able to finish this episode. At this rate, I won't. At this rate, there's going to be one more episode before this piece is finished, because I'm coming through here and I'm mincing on this stuff, which happens on occasion. Again, I'm not trying to. It'll be done tomorrow. This will be a 5-part for certain. This will be a 5-part series. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it done today if I decide to go long. But I don't think I have any real particular need to do that, as long as I pay attention to the time. And we're going to go like that. See, I'm taking a moving tool and I'm breaking that, so that's where it starts. But I'm going to. You can see like there's this contour line here, so I'm going to break that up by shifting this. This is why I do a darker undercoating over the actual texture surface, and then an undercoat of a darker value, and then an overcoat. So I can, if I keep those layers separated, a lot of times I can create additional texture just by literally hitting the move tool and scooting the higher layers around a little bit. It just breaks up the uniformity of the image, and I think helps create more texture, more depth. It helps remove any unintended borders and break areas. But this I did intend, because I do want to have these pushed further back than this particular rock here, which will be further back than the next rocks that we do. And I believe that is where we are at in the process. Get the front wave. We're going to push past that. Okay, so let's get back to some new content. Let's check out what we got going on here. What you got? Okay, yep, he's just dusting that stuff in. Take a few moments here just to let him flesh that stuff out. Yeah, so he's just cutting across those waves. He doesn't even care. Yeah, okay. We'll let him have at that for a few moments. Yeah, okay. He's coming in like right around. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. I'm gonna come up here, grab the snipping tool. Come back up here now. Okay, so grab the color.